So, tell me about Quantum Conundrum.
Well, Quantum Conundrum is a first-person environmental puzzle game where you get to control this interdimensional shift device, which allows you to switch dimensions to different dimensions existing in the same space whenever you want. So, for instance, if I was in this room right now and I had the IDS device, I could switch to fluffy dimension, and everything in this room would turn pink and cuddly and fluffy. And in addition to being cute, it would also be useful because everything is now 10 times lighter, so I could easily pick up a big heavy chair and chuck it across the room.
So, in what ways is QC different than what people might expect from your pedigree?
Well, I mean, I think though it is kind of in the same vein of Portal, I mean, they're both environmental puzzle games, they're both in the same genre. You know, the content is completely different. I mean, it's got a different art style, it's got a different feel, it's got a different sense of humor, and the gameplay is completely different. Instead of just, you know, putting holes around the walls and, you know, going in and through them, it's all about changing your environment on the fly whenever you want, so you have complete control over the world around you.
Was there anything specific that you learned during the process of making Portal or Oracular Drop that you were finally able to implement with this game?
I mean, whenever you make a game, you learn all sorts of stuff. I mean, you learn everything from how players process information and how they learn things to figuring out how to direct players to where you want to go. I mean, there's all sorts of lessons that you end up learning throughout game development. And I definitely took a lot of lessons from creating Portal and applied them to Quantum Conundrum. It's kind of hard not to. When you learn something, you kind of want to use that knowledge.
Well, it really depends. Okay, well, anything... Okay. I guess give me a breakdown on maybe what the plot is of Quantum Conundrum.
The plot of Quantum Conundrum is that you are this kid who's been dropped off on your uncle's doorstep for the weekend by your parents, and as it turns out, your uncle just so happens to be Professor Fitzquadrangle, who is a famous inventor and scientist, and he's the one who actually created the IDS device. So you show up on his doorstep, and a catastrophe happens, and suddenly Professor goes missing, and so it's up to you now to be the adult in the situation and track him down and find out what's going on. Unfortunately for you, his house is kind of a complex maze of puzzles and different challenges, but luckily you have access to the IDS device, so you'll be able to use that to solve these various challenges.
And what platforms is this game being released for?
Quantum Conundrum will be released this summer on XBLA, PSN, and Steam.
Okay, awesome. And that doesn't mean that it'll be a shorter game than Portal.
Yeah, I mean, it's a downloadable game, but man, it's a beefy title. I mean, we initially started, you know, thinking we would make maybe 3 to 4 hours of content, and we just kind of got carried away and had so much fun making the game that it ended up to be, I don't know, anywhere between 6 to 12 hours depending on your skill level.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much.